Matthew Pennycook.
Deputy Speaker, it's an absolute pleasure to follow that speech by the Honourable Lady, and I'd like to add my congratulations to the Right Honourable Member for Chesham and Amersham for securing this debate and for her contribution over the years. We've touched upon autism awareness and we've touched upon understanding. I'd like to focus my remarks on something that hasn't been explicitly mentioned so far, and that is autism acceptance. We know, as other honourable members have noted, the public awareness about autism has grown dramatically in recent years, aided by a proliferation of books, media articles, and, albeit not always accurate, portrayals of people with autism on television and in film. And this explosion of information about autism spectrum disorders and the incorporation of individuals with autism into everyday culture has helped familiarise people with the condition, and it's right that we celebrate that achievement. Yet, as essential as it is, awareness alone has not necessarily led to a greater understanding of ASDs. It has not prevented the perpetuation of stereotypes and cliches, as even a cursory Google search will attest to. And awareness alone has not kept people with autism from being abused, has not helped them find jobs or supported them to live independently. In short, we won't overcome ignorance and help those with autism, young and old, live independent and fulfilling lives by increasing awareness alone. Madam Deputy Speaker, I'm lucky enough to have in my constituency a fantastic organisation called Greenwich Parent Voice. Greenwich Parent Voice is a group of exceptional parents, some of whom are in the public gallery today, who came together to support each other and to fight for a better deal for their children, each of whom have special educational needs or disabilities, ranging from the mild to the most profound and complex. They have not only helped deepen my understanding of ASDs and the challenges faced by those with autism and their parents, but have, over the course of many meetings, made clear to me that what is really required is acceptance of autism. Anyone who has sat and listened to parents or carers of children with autism, or adults with autism for that matter, for even a short time will know that the system that we have in place at the moment, despite some recent improvements, still does not work. Whether it's problems in transferring from statements to education, health and care plans, the difficulties trying to secure specialist support in the care system, or the strain of supporting children with autism into adulthood, the system, of course, I'm happy to give away.
Well, grateful for Honourable friend for giving way, and he, like others today, have been making very, very powerful speeches about awareness and understanding. But does he agree with me, as his remarks are leading into, I think, that we need also to translate that awareness into some very hard practical action in terms of service delivery, whether it's about education or housing? And he, like I'm sure other members of Parliament here, have been dealing with parents of autistic children who are forced to share rooms, who are forced to live in the 10th and above stories of tower blocks, because housing policy does not reflect the needs of autistic children. So we do actually need to build on greater awareness, but also turn and resource that into some practical action to assist people.
I thank my honourable friend for that intervention. She makes a very good point. I've dealt with allocations cases myself in that regard. I think there does need to be some detailed policies put in place that are based on a recognition of the particular needs of autistic children and their families, because it does, as I've said, cause those families unimaginable stress and anxiety to navigate the system as it stands. Now, those with sharp elbows necessarily navigate that system, but they do so at great personal cost, and not everyone, as the Honourable Lady opposite said, has the ability to do that. The range of challenges faced by those with autism and their families is vast, and I don't think this is the debate to delve into any detail on any of them in particular, but my sense is that our collective will, our collective readiness to do something about them would be stronger if we were not only aware of autism, if we not only understood it, but if we were more accepting of it as a society. I suspect if we were more accepting of it as a society, we would be compelled to more urgently address the lack of suitable childcare provision for autistic children, the fact that too many schools are still not autistic friendly, and that too many children are not getting the support they require. I think we would be compelled to more urgently address the prevalence of mental health conditions in those with autism and the isolation young people with autism too frequently face in school. We would be compelled to address the cliff edge, and that's what it is, the cliff edge in support that still faces autistic people in too many parts of the country as they transition to adulthood. And we would be compelled to address the huge challenges that still face autistic adults in terms of diagnosis, employment and housing. I have no doubt that over time these challenges will be overcome, not least because more and more people with autism and their families, like those who have helped establish Greenwich Parent Voice in my constituency, are advocating more strongly for themselves. But I believe that each of us in this chamber and in the wider country can hasten that process by working towards a society where most of us, as I have said, are not only aware of autism and understand it, but accept those with it and indeed celebrate them and their contributions, not only as family members, as friends, but as classmates, colleagues and members of our communities.